Cradling the ball is how we ultimately run with the ball in our sticks once a lacrosse game gets going. It is also a way to protect the ball from stick checks by the opponent. It's probably the hardest skill to teach beginners and something that develops and gets smoother over time the more the athlete keeps the stick in their hands. Generally, two hands are at opposite ends of the stick, one at the butt end, the other just below the head of the stick at approximately waist height. The stick should be held with a relaxed grip at the base of the player's fingers, with the bicep of the player's top hand bent at 90 degrees. The actual cradling action involves moving only one's top hand to manipulate the stick in an up and down motion. The upper arm should have very little movement, more of a wrist action using extension and flexion, while rolling the shaft of the stick from the base of the fingers to the fingertips, and eventually adding the wrist or forearm in an open and closed type motion, rocking the baby as we say. The bottom hand acts as a guide, forming a hollow circle or donut around the butt end of the stick, and should move very little, if at all, other than to clench the stick handle when required during passing or shooting. In variation number 1 of this drill, the stationary cradle, have players stand as a group, with nobody else within an arm's length, holding the stick on whatever side of their body feels the most comfortable with the ball in their stick. From a stationary position, have players practice the two-handed cradling technique as previously described. Variation number 2 of this drill is called partner ball protection, which is not much different from how a player protects the ball in basketball. For this drill, have players partner up with one ball between the two, with one player trying to get the ball off of the other player who is stationary and trying to use their body/stick position to protect the ball. Have players alternate roles every 30 seconds. Before that, coaches should first demo protecting the ball, which is accomplished by keeping one's body between the defender and the ball. When you do that, you have nothing to worry about. There's no need to panic when pressured by a defender. The best lacrosse players, i.e. guys like Lyle Thompson and Jeff T, keep the ball protected and let the game come to them. If a defender pressures their right side, they roll left. If they pressure the left side, they roll right, while keeping their head up and looking for open players, with the ball always protected and while ultimately still being a threat to run toward the opponent's net when the opportunity presents itself. At the end of the day, it's easy to tell a lacrosse player from a mile away, simply by how naturally they hold the stick, keeping it loose in their fingertips and letting the stick do the work.